economic and trade capacities. I emphasized the necessity of joint action to steadily increase trade volume. We would like to double this trade volume in the coming few years. And also, our discussions also touched upon Egyptian investments in Kenya, noting the presence of some 64 Egyptian companies currently operating in Kenya, and we would like to double their investment and the numbers of the Egyptian companies here. And I affirmed our aspiration to double these figures, both in terms of the numbers of companies and the total volume of Egyptian investment in Kenya. Let me conclude by saying that I was keen to arrange a meeting with the Kenyan business community, as I mentioned, on the margin of my current visit. And I believe that Kenya has huge investment opportunities here, and we will encourage and push the Egyptian business community to come to invest in infrastructure, in energy, in pharmaceutical, in agro industry. So sky is the limit for our cooperation. Also, I discussed my dear brother, Honorable Mudavadi, regional issues of mutual interest, and we touched upon the current situation and recent developments in the Nile Basin, and we commend the leading role by Kenya in this very important file in promoting dialogue and promoting discussions among the Nile Basin countries based on dialogue in order to reach a common ground based on mutual understanding and, of course, based on win-win situation and the principles of causing no harm and the consensus, of course. And we discussed also the developments of the in this file, and the Honorable Mudavadi promised me that Kenya will continue to be a bridge for dialogue, for cooperation, for refraining from unilateralism and respect of international law. And yesterday, as you know, our leaders adopted the Africa Water Vision and Policy 2063, which underscore the principles of cooperation, that water is not an economic commodity, but it's a basic human rights, and that the transboundary rivers are subject to the principles of international law, namely no causing harm and period notification. We discussed also Horn of Africa, Sudan, tension in the Middle East, in the Red Sea, and their repercussions on our two countries and on the region. In conclusions, I extend my gratitude once again to the Prime Cabinet Secretary and my dear big brother, His Excellency Musalia Mudavadi, Cabinet Secretary for Foreign Affairs of the Brotherly Republic of Kenya, for the warm reception and the generous hospitality. And I look forward to continued collaboration and coordination between our two countries for the mutual benefits of our people. God bless you. God bless the people of this great country. And within few minutes, I will convey a letter of from President Sisi to his dear brother, President William Ruto. Thank you so much, my dear brother.
His Excellency, sir, because of time, we are only going to restrict journalists to only 2 questions. And I would request that the question should be related to Egypt and Kenya. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Desmond Tiro from the Associated Press. My first question to the Minister from Egypt is, how does Egypt balance rejecting foreign military interference with the need for international cooperation in the Red Sea security? For Mr. Mudavadi, what efforts is the government putting in place to bring back Kenyans that were being sent to Russia and to bring these recruiters that took Kenyans to Russia to fight for the war, what are the efforts that Kenya is taking into place?
My name is Jojo Rido from MediaMax. Two questions. One, with respect to the bottom-up economic transformation agenda with a pillar to job creation, Egyptian businesses are finding it very difficult to set up companies in Kenya. I don't know whether in your discussions there was anything to do with specific decisions to enable Egyptian businesses to set up factories here so that they don't just import electronics and apparel, but to manufacture them in Kenya, thus creating jobs. Number two, in your discussions with respect to the Nile and water, is Nyanza and part of Western Busia County allowed to irrigate their land from Lake Victoria for the first time?
Thank you. Let me just say that in a statement we talked of establishing the Joint Business Council.
Yes.
So within the framework of the Joint Business Council, as you heard my colleague say, there are issues when he met the business community where they raised concerns of specific areas, which we don't want to enumerate here. But within the framework of the Joint Business Council, we shall jointly address areas where there are some obstruction to the free flow of goods and services. So that is underway. The second thing that I just want to say is that if you listen to the statements we have made, we are talking of the Nile Basin. Clearly, Kenya, Uganda, and the others, Burundi, fall within that framework. And listening to our colleague, he has said that they want to help even in supporting dams and other water infrastructure in the region, including areas around Lake Victoria. So when we talk about dialogue and utilization of the water, it's not about not being allowed to use it, but to use it so that it is sustainable, yes, and that everybody, yes, benefits from it. Yes. So that is the framework in which this conversation is taking place. As for the Russia-related issues, I will be making a trip to Moscow, as I indicated, next month. And the issues there, we shall be able to speak directly with our counterparts and the authorities in Russia. So if you bear with me, it's only a matter of time, but we are taking it seriously, and we intend to make this visit so that we can have a candid conversation on the challenges that we are facing. Thank you.
Well, very quickly, I have nothing to add to what my dear brother mentioned. Very quickly, Egypt is pioneering on promoting peaceful and diplomatic solutions. We are always against military solutions to settle down differences, and this is what we are doing in Palestine. It was Egypt who conference and to end the war in Gaza. The same applied in Libya, the same applied in Sudan, in Yemen, in the Horn of Africa. We are here to promote peaceful solution. We must promote solutions based on win-win situation. Everybody should benefit without refraining or without applying unilateralism and being against international law when it comes to issues related to water cooperation, especially with the water scarcity in Egypt. We are under the poverty line, so it's an existential issue for us. But we are with cooperation, with regional integration, with promotion of peaceful and diplomatic solutions. As for I met today with representatives of Egyptian companies working here, and they sound positive with regard their presence here, and they would like to expand, they would like to flourish, not only for trade, but also to settle down, to stay here by doing localization, manufacturing. We are considering Kenya as our gateway to East Africa and to Central Africa. And that's why we would like to have a logistic zone here to manufacture and then to re-export our products to neighboring countries in East and Central Africa. So we are working together, and we will have with this joint committee, which will be convened in Egypt this year. This is the institutional framework to deal with any impediments which is hindering the flow of goods or business. And we believe that things are moving well. If you ask me, do we have to do more? Of course. And this is what we are doing. And above all, we have the political will by the two leaders to further deepening investment and trade cooperation between the two countries based on win-win situation. Thank you so much.
His Excellency, sir, we are now going to proceed and take group photos. We're taking group photos, sir.